week of January 31st, 2023. My name is Juliana.
And I am Emma. Welcome to your TNN.
The weather this week is expected to be in the 50s and 60s during the day. We even have a chance of rain for today.
At night, it's expected to be in the 30s and 40s.
Now let's hear about what's happening in this week in history.
On February 2nd, 1887, Groundhog Day was celebrated for the first time at Gobbler's Knob in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. According to tradition, if a groundhog comes out of its hole on this day and sees its shadow, it gets scared and runs back into its burrow, predicting 6 more weeks of winter weather. No shadow means an early spring.
In 1876, the National League of Professional Baseball Clubs, which came to be more commonly known as the National League, was formed.
In 1848, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo was signed, ending the Mexican-American War. The treaty added over 500,000 miles of land to the United States, which would later become the states of Arizona, New Mexico, California, Nevada, and Utah.
See you next time on This Week in History.
Now let's go to Avery and Zoe for the weekly news report.
My name is Avery.
And I am Zoe. This is the weekly news report.
In U.S. news, a series of winter storms that have struck California since late December finally begin to slow down on January 17, 2023. The historic levels of rain and snow have caused rivers to overflow and flooded roads and homes. California begins a long, expensive storm recovery.
In world news, ancient Roman monuments are still standing. The secret lies in tiny clumps known as limecasts. They have been found between the concrete and all ancient Roman construction. Researchers have always believed the clumps were a result of sloppy mixing, but an engineering professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology suspected they served a purpose.
In local news, the town of Buckeye celebrated its anniversary with Buckeye Days this past weekend. Saturday began with the parade and cattle drive, followed by a cookout and Wild West show. The day ended with a rodeo.
That is all for today. See you next time on the weekly news.
Thank you, Avery and Zoe. Now let's go over to sports with Blake.
Welcome to sports. My name is Blake. In football news, the conference championship games were played this past weekend. These are the two teams that will meet for the Super Bowl on February 12th. The Phoenix Suns played the Toronto Raptors at home last night. Tomorrow they take on the Atlanta Hawks. In hockey news, the Arizona Coyotes played the Ducks in Anaheim on Saturday. They do not play again until Monday when they take on the Minnesota Wild. The Tonopah Valley varsity basketball team were up against Odyssey Institute this past Friday. Tonight they are away to take on Kingman. Go Phoenix! That is all for today. See you next time on Sports News.
Thank you, Blake. Now let's go to Gianna for the entertainment news report.
Thank you.
Welcome to Entertainment News. I am Gianna. If you are a fan of Fun Jungle series by Stuart Gibbs, you may want to check out his new book, Well Done. After a dead whale washes up on shore, Teddy Fitzroy is looking for answers for what killed it, and then someone makes it explode. Can he figure out who blew up the whale and why tons of sand has gone missing? A news reporter, Santiago, Chile, had the surprise of his life. While reporting on thefts happening in the area, a parrot landed on his shoulder. It startled him, but the reporter kept on with his story until the parrot stole his earbud out of his ear and flew off. The video of the bird thief has gone viral. Fortunately, the reporter was able to get his earbud back. That's all for this week. See you next time on Entertainment News.
Thank you, Gianna. Now let's go over to Cadence and her special guest for a joke of the week.
Hello, and welcome to Joke of the Week. My name is Cadence.
And my name's Lucas.
So, Lucas, what is your joke?
Why did Daddy Pig snore?
I don't know. Why did Daddy Pig snore?
Because he wanted to go snorkeling.
Great joke, Lucas. If you have a joke and you like short news, please stop by and see Miss Keller. We would love to have you on. See you next time on Joke of the Week.
Thank you, Cadence. Now it's time for Fun Fact Trivia with Silas and Trenton.
Welcome to Fun Fact Trivia. My name is Silas.
And I'm Trenton. Did you know that today, January 31st, is Inspire Your Heart with Art Day?
This day encourages us to ponder how art affects our hearts. Art is valued and appreciated for all sorts of reasons.
Your question for today is true or false?
Art was used as a means to tell stories, depicting the history and culture of a civilization.
You have 10 seconds to make your decision. If you said true, you are correct.
Art was once used to depict history and culture. Later, art evolved and was used as a means of expression of an individual's thoughts and feelings.
Fun fact, there are so many ways to celebrate this day. Visit an art gallery, listen to music, play an instrument, go to ballet, or make your own masterpiece.
See you next week for more fun fact trivia.
Thank you, Silas and Trenton. Now let's go over to Evelyn and our word of the week.
The word of the week. My name's Evelyn. This week's word is repetition. Repetition is a noun and it means the act or process of repeating. Here's how it can be used in a sentence. Repetition is a good way to learn how to say difficult words. See you next time on Word of the Week.
Thank you, Evelyn. That's all for this episode of TNN.
See you next week. Bye.